Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before I get going, I want to read you something. Link2 sold out of their Ripple private equity. I saw them sell out today at some point, and then they just loaded up more Ripple equity onto the platform, and they sent out this email. I want to read part of it to you. It says they're having a promotion, okay? It's going to run from today until midnight GMT, December 31st. Okay, here's the deal. And remember, for those of you that don't remember, if you have an Uphold account, you can link your Uphold account to your Link2 account, and you're able to buy the private equity on Link2 with digital assets that are on the Uphold platform. Okay, so here's their deal. It says, under this holiday season special, each investment you make on our platform via your Uphold wallet, you'll earn via your Uphold wallet, you'll earn a $1,000 rebate, which we'll pay you through an airdrop of XRP into your wallet. Then it says, moreover, if you make an investment in Ripple Labs by using XRP in your Uphold wallet, we'll increase the airdrop to $1,500 of XRP. So let's say if you buy $10,000, this is how their deal works. If you buy $10,000 of Ripple Labs private equity with your XRP that you have in your Uphold wallet, they will then turn around and kick $1,500 worth of XRP into your XRP wallet on Uphold. That's the way I read that. How cool is that? And that's going to be from now until December 31st. So if you've been thinking about, if you're accredited and you've been thinking about buying private equity in Ripple Labs or any of these products on Link2, there you go. I am eating pecans. Many of you may not know, but in Georgia, where I'm from, we're famous for our pecans. Okay, and I got some today, and I was trying to low carb it a little bit. Pecans are pretty good on that. Okay, I wanted to play you this clip. This is from Yahoo Finance. Well, it's Perianne Boring from this. Well, let me give a caveat. This is Perianne Boring, who runs the Chamber of Digital Commerce, who so far we have not been able to talk into letting John Deaton come on one of their platforms and represent XRP holders.
This is a routine conversation happening with the House Financial Services Committee. The committee announced their agenda several months ago of what the priorities of that committee are going to be. Crypto has always been a part of that conversation. I do not believe that's what's driving the price action today. You kind of went through your graph there. Bitcoin is down 19% over the past month. But I would encourage you just to zoom out a little bit more. Bitcoin is up 152% over the past year. And I'd also like to just remind everybody that Bitcoin has been the best performing asset out of all asset classes 10 out of the past 12 years that it has been trading. To have anywhere from 30 to 40% volatility in any given month, that is normal for Bitcoin. This is not a unique situation. This is a volatile market. Sometimes the volatility goes in a downward.
I'm going to skip forward a little bit because here at the end, she says some pretty things that'll perk you up. I want you to hear this.
And a lot of the digital asset trading platforms and exchanges today, they're also operating on full reserves, and they're regulated. They're regulated mostly by the states as money transmitters. They have multiple licensing regimes that they have to operate within. They have a very high degree of regulatory oversight. So I think a lot of this scrutiny is really not warranted, and it really questions, like, ultimately, what is the motive of the policy community today? What exactly are they trying to regulate for? Is it consumer protections? Is it investor protections? Or is it something political? And I think these are really important questions that need to be addressed more head on.
Perrianne, what's the buzz in the crypto community off of those very critical comments from Charlie Munger last week?
I mean, I had a great time kind of reading what he was putting out there. It just seems so ridiculous. I mean, the thing about Charlie Munger is, I mean, what does he even know about Bitcoin? What does he even know about cryptocurrencies? Could he tell you the difference between proof of stake or proof of work? Maybe. I highly doubt it. I haven't seen that articulated for him. I wouldn't take financial advice by somebody who has very little understanding of digital assets.
Well, certainly some people might be arguing
he's done all right for himself, I think.
I was going to say, I think
he has, but he also represents. Yeah, and I have, so much respect for what he's accomplished over his career, but I think his career is next to being over. And we have a whole new generation of younger people who want to see a financial system that everyone has the opportunity to participate in. If you look at what he says, he's like, I wouldn't let these crypto people in my family. We're in a permissionless environment. That is the beauty of Bitcoin. That is the beauty of blockchain technology. It's open source. You don't have to have permission to operate and to participate in the system. And that's something that's greatly needed in our financial system today. And he completely...
Folks, if I had to give you a theme of what this video today is about, this is a war going on, folks. This crypto thing, this is a literal worldwide war. You might even call it World War III. That's a digital war. And there are a lot of our politicians that, in my opinion, I can't prove it, but there's a lot of our politicians that I believe are run by a lot of bad guys, okay, that don't necessarily have the interest of this country in mind. Can't speak for other countries, but I'm going to show you a few things today that it really does. It's beyond making you mad. It's kind of scary to think. I wanted to show you this. This is interesting. This is an eye-opening reminder about the number of crypto exchange hacks. This was a thread that someone put together where they just take you through a laundry list of different hacks that have occurred over the years in crypto. Pretty crazy. And that's not even half of them. Okay, Mr. Intuitive, who is the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, sent me this. Today, it was breaking. A Miami jury ruled that Craig Wright owes W&K Info Defense Research, a joint business between him and Dave Kleiman, $100 million, but cleared him of all other charges in a civil suit. I don't think $100 million is that much to Craig Wright, if that's my understanding is correct. But I wonder if they got out of that. He was the one that was claiming that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. If I was going to come out and tell you that I was Satoshi Nakamoto, very quickly what I would do is I would say, here, watch this, and I would move a little bit of Bitcoin out of that famous wallet. But he's never done that, and until he does, it's all talk. Okay, James Rule made me aware of this today. He said, it looks like the documentary film crew will be coming to Houston, Texas, okay? This is that documentary film crew that is apparently making a documentary about crypto, and they're going to cover the SEC versus Ripple case. I have not spoken to these guys at all, but I saw something where the film crew is going to Houston, Texas. They're going to go to Atlanta. I think I saw, well, BitBoy had said that they were going to talk to him up there. I would drive up there, and BitBoy is up north of Atlanta. I would drive up there and sit down with BitBoy for a chat. I've tried to reach out before, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him. But I would go up there, not for any reason other than it'd be interesting to sit down and have a chat with him and get his thoughts on things. Okay, Riz XRP. sent me those two tweets. First one from Stuart Alderati. The SEC is making it up as it goes, using strategic ambiguity and enforcement or the threat of it to advance its own jurisdiction rather than collaborate with other regulators, policymakers, and market participants. When will the tactics stop? And he's retweeting Rosalind Layton's article that we showed you in the last video. Brad Garlinghouse retweets him and says, asking for myself, oh, and a friend. Well, look, folks, this thing could be a lot more devious even than we know that Gary Gensler is intentionally, we know that Gary Gensler and the SEC is intentionally trying to be vague so that nobody can get any clarity. We know that. That's just the way it is. That's a fact, okay? That's the fact, Jack. What we don't know is how much more nefarious, here's what we know. We know that Gary Gensler is buddies with Elizabeth Warren, and we know that I'm about to show you a video, you don't have to take my word for it. We know that Elizabeth Warren doesn't like crypto. We know that half of their colleagues don't like crypto. So the question is, are these people just wanting to make this ambiguous, or are they wanting to, with the help of Janet Yellen, are they wanting to do something a lot more serious? Okay? And I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. I ran across this tweet from Chris Berniski. He says, surprisingly, this is a quote from Nancy Wotas, who we've covered on this channel before. Surprisingly, Democrats are more resistant to crypto than Republicans. They are not seeing crypto's potential for massive social good, then requiring more education. Well, I'm not showing you this because this is not a discussion from me about Republicans and Democrats. I think there's bad guys on both sides and people that are bought and paid for or worse on both sides of the aisle, okay? But it reminded me to go back to Nancy Wotas, and I want to show you this clip first. In this clip, she tells you, this is a woman who is in talks with the SEC all the time. She's an attorney. She tells you in this clip that the SEC itself, this is in May of 2019, the SEC itself is back and forth on whether both Bitcoin and Ethereum are securities.
Two disclaimers. I'm a former SEC staffer. I love the SEC. They're just the wrong agency to be regulating this industry, in my view. And secondly, I'm not an anarchist. I actually believe in regulation, and I happen to believe in kind of a soft touch in this industry. So is the SEC doing enough? Well, utilizing the bully pulpit, they obviously have expressed very strong views that all cryptocurrencies equals securities, and therefore they have absolute jurisdiction over the 2,100 tokens out there trading, other than Bitcoin, and that fluctuates from day to day whether or not they consider Bitcoin a security or not, and ETH, and again, that fluctuates, and that directive only came out of the head of the Division of Corporation Finance saying in a speech that neither of those were securities. So are they doing enough? In my view, no. They are viewing everything with hindsight. They were aware of the ICO craze in 2017. Companies were in fact utilizing the Howey analysis, trying to figure out, gee, is this a security or not? And now in late 2018 and 2019, the SEC, with the benefit of hindsight, is saying, we disagree with your analysis. Okay,
now I want to show you this because Nancy Wotas warned everyone, folks. This is a warning, okay? This is why you need to be going to John Deaton's crypto-law.us website, and you need to be contacting your congressman because these people could have a very nefarious and bad plan. And everybody's talking about the meeting with Congress this week as if Congress is going to work miracles or something. They've been sitting on this for a long time, folks. Listen to what Nancy Wotas, she warned us. Listen.
We have to be concerned about Congress because they're taking an interest in this. I do find that the Democrats seem to be less inclined to be more flexible with respect to cryptocurrency, which I found kind of surprising myself. But and if there's a shift in our Congress as a result of the midterm elections, I think that hill just got really much higher. And
the giant banks have created huge problems, but I'm not convinced that crypto is the solution. In fact, crypto could be even more dangerous for consumers, more dangerous for the environment, and more dangerous for the stability of our financial system. That is why yesterday I sent a letter to Secretary Yellen in her capacity as head of the Financial Stability Oversight Council to urge her to lead our regulators in developing a comprehensive and coordinated approach to regulating cryptocurrencies. Look, all the warning signs are flashing. The hype, the volatility, the wild claims that turn out to be false. As the crypto market grows, so do the risks to our financial stability and our economy. Regulators need to do their job and step in before it's too late.
We're talking to Congress on a weekly basis. Interesting factoid for you. The Republicans have an open mind, shockingly. The Democrats hate cryptocurrency. And if Congress changes cryptocurrency, there's something penned right now where it's pretty much banned.
I look for colleagues to join with me in introducing a bill to outlaw cryptocurrency purchases by Americans so that we nip this in the bud, in part because not an awful lot of our international power comes from the fact that the dollar is the standard unit of international finance and transactions.
Let me tell you this, folks. That guy, Brad Sherman, what he just said, an outright ban on crypto, to me, when I hear him say that, that tells me just how out of touch this guy is. That tells me that it's time to put some new people in office that are a little more in touch with the pulse of America. Because if they tried to outright ban crypto, it would be the biggest, excuse the French, it would be the biggest shitstorm these people have ever seen in their entire life. These people would wish they wouldn't want to be a politician anymore, because the outrage would be something you can't even imagine. Because there's a lot of people listening to my voice who this represents an opportunity that has really been stolen from the opportunity. Retirement has become, really for a lot of people out there, has become a foreign concept directly because of what the people like him have done to this country for the last 30 years, running us up in all these crazy debts and all this stuff. And now he has the gall to sit there and say, oh yeah, we'll just ban it. I'm telling you, this guy has no idea. He has no idea, but it tells you just how far out of touch some of these people are. Or maybe the more important thing is, it just shows you how much money that some of these incumbent banks and whatever are putting in the pockets of these guys, that they're willing to endure that. Well, this is an article that was sent to me by Crypto Law, and it's from the other day. It says, waging war on cryptocurrency would be a big mistake, a dangerous lack of understanding of blockchain. The worry comes from gathering forces. That sounds ominous. Sounds like Darth Vader. Gathering forces who want to go much further than setting down rules of the road. These voices want to severely limit all uses of this new technology, perhaps even ban it altogether. This goes far beyond combating fraud and criminal activities. Some have called cryptocurrencies bogus digital private money painting. Anyway, the bottom line is, folks, these people, a lot of these politicians and these bureaucrats, and I would include Gary Gensler, Elizabeth Warren, Janet Yellen, Brad Sherman, a lot of these people up there, I'm telling you, my gut is just screaming at me that these people behind the scenes are trying to do something extremely bad. Okay, this is just what I feel, and so you better, if you care about all this stuff, you better be making those congressmen hear you roar, because this thing is not, these people are not on the side of crypto. I can tell you that. Gary Gensler, I think if something's very clear, it's that Gary Gensler is no friend of crypto, okay? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Gary Gensler and all of his buddies up there, whether they're in Congress or they're bureaucrats beside him, they are no friend to crypto, and don't make the mistake of believing they are. I think that they've made that abundantly clear at this point. So you better hope that you better get in touch with your congressman and make sure, or your congresswoman, and make sure that they understand that it's an important thing to you, because these people are dangerous. And